So come along with me and my family to enjoy this beautiful Sunday to Buc-ee's. So Buc-ee's came out to Brunswick, Georgia, which is 45 minutes from where me and my family live, back in July. And we've been meaning to make it up to the Buc-ee's. I've heard of Buc-ee's. I know there's Buc-ee's all over Florida, but never been to one. I'm showing here they have all the nice little Buc-ee's signs on the side of the road. Again, this is about like a 45-minute, almost up to an hour drive from where I live at. So we took this Sunday to come and see what Buc-ee's was all about. Right here, we're driving, and this is showing the outside of Buc-ee's. And y'all, I don't know if it's because it was Sunday and it's Labor Day weekend, but it is packed. I felt like I was going to an amusement park. Look at the parking lot. Like, this is from up by the top part of us just getting off the exit of the highway. And it is packed. Like, the gas pumps, parking spots, it is filled, jam-packed. I don't know if every Buc-ee's is like this, but it was packed. This is entering into the entrance of the Buc-ee's. And as you can see, it is lines of cars. The whole parking lot is filled. Again, I don't know if it's because it's a Sunday and Labor Day weekend, but it is packed for this to be a gas station. So we're trying to find parking, which some people act like they didn't know how to drive, but I was excited because I've never been to a Buc-ee's. I've heard about it, and I thought people were just up playing it, but it actually is a really nice gas station to go to. This is the front part where we are actually walking into the Buc-ee's. So I will say, coming in here, my oldest son was like, this is not a gas station. This is like a grocery store or a mini Walmart. It is huge inside. For it to be a typical off-the-highway gas station, no. As you can see, this is the front part with all the registers, which, as you can see, there's lines. They have a whole little, in the front area, clothing where you can buy clothes. They had already Halloween decor out. It was really neat. It was different for me than a typical gas station. So the experience of people hyping up the Buc-ee's was not a hype up. It definitely is a must go to see. You can see they sell like all different types of items and stuff. And so it is kind of like my son said, a mini Walmart or a mini grocery store. They have all different little areas and sections for you to see. Then we got to the food part, and y'all, it is tons and tons of different food. Of course, we came for the brisket sandwich, to try the brisket. But you can see how big and open and wide this is. And this is supposed to be just a gas station, y'all. But they had an area with like burritos, as you can see, fresh jerky. And then back here to where you can pick the sandwiches, like the brisket sandwiches or the 3 meats sandwiches. So we did get different type of sandwiches to try. This is them preparing the brisket sandwiches, which I will say are on point. And they even have a guy in the center actually cutting up the fresh meat. So I had to get him. This is him here. And then again, him chopping up the meat. And he yells out a call. I think he says meat on the table or something. And all the employees around say like a little calling. They also have a whole wall of jerky with a whole bunch of different flavors. It's hard to even pick and choose from. But this is all the wall of jerky. I think we end up getting maple or Korean barbecue flavor. We only got one because it was too many to choose from. Again, us just walking through by the food part. And as you can see, it is filled, packed with people. The kids wanted an icy, so of course they had the little icy area, which wasn't bad. They got a large icy. I think it was like $1.19. But the good thing is, so cute. I'm trying to go up. We'll show y'all now. They have multiple different flavors of the ices, variety that you could choose from. So my kids, of course, had to mix the flavors. They kind of just get one flavor. But I wasn't an icy person, so I didn't try the ices. But as you can see here, they have multiple different like fruit flavors and stuff of the ices to try, which I thought was cool. It's not just one or two. Most gas stations, you only have one or two different flavors. They have a multiple of flavors. And of course, again, my kids had to mix and try all the flavors in theirs. So here's my son here. I think he has 3 or 4 different of the flavors in his. My daughter, I think, did just one flavor in hers. I don't remember exactly which one. And then my other daughter did like 2 or 3 different flavors. my husband as well had to mix the flavors, and I think he did like 4 different flavors. And then my oldest son was trying to hide and not let me get him on camera, but I still got him. And I don't think he mixed. I think he did just 1 flavor. Again, the food section is, you have abundance to choose from. I did get one of those Italian sandwiches, and of course, here's me have to get my regular soda, be plain Jane, because I did not want an icy. But the food options, they have different snacks that you could choose from. And it is experience. If you haven't been to a Buc-ee's, I would say just for a nice Sunday ride, if it's not too far, it is a nice thing to go to. The kids had fun. They did have an actual Buc-ee's mascot dressed up, which we did get a picture with them. So that was a plus too. Here's me walking outside. And it is very big. It is like a mini grocery store, not a typical gas station. But again, it was experience. And then on the outside, they also do have like another little statue, Buc-ee statue, which of course my kids want to go and take a picture. And again, like I said, just for a nice little family day, something small, not too big. It's a nice little thing to do, and an experience if you haven't been. We spent almost like $120 buying all the different foods, but of course it's an experience, and we want to try the different sandwiches and stuff. So I will say it was a great experience to have. Here I'm showing the foods that we got. They have beaver chips, which is basically like little potato chips, and they were pretty good. I thought it wasn't really flavored that well, but they were okay. And then I think my 2 younger ones got a sausage dog, which was wrapped in like bread and stuff. My oldest son got a mini brisket sandwich. My husband got a brisket sandwich too, but I think he got an extra large one, so it had like more meat and stuff on it. And then my oldest daughter, she got a 3 meats sandwich. I don't know if it's brisket and turkey. I have to look again and see exactly what's in the 3 meats. But every piece of food, y'all, I tell y'all, was good. The brisket was a mwah plus. I wish I would have got the brisket sandwich, but we can always go back. And the 3 meats for my daughters was good. It just had a sauce on it that kind of had a mustardy flavor, and I don't like mustard, but it still was good. The bread for the buns for the sandwiches were soft. The meat was tender and real good. So I'm showing here the brisket sandwich that my son got, and the flavoring was delicious and on point. No complaints on the food. Of course, he has to take a bite to show me how good it is. And then my daughter's showing the 3 meat sandwich, as you can see. And then my husband's, he has a brisket just like my son, but like the extra large brisket sandwich. And of course, my little ones in the back, they had like the little sausage, like a sausage dog. It was a pretty decent sized sausage wrapped in bread. And then my youngest son is showing me how good it is. And then we did get little snacks, which they had beaver nuggets, which these I love for a snack. My husband also got some chocolate type of covered. It's kind of like Bugles covered in chocolate. And then this is the flavor. We got the Korean barbecue jerky that I got. So if you haven't been to Buc-ee's, go. It's a nice experience. The kids got to take a picture with the Buc-ee's mascot. The food is multiple choices to choose, and it's a plus and a must. We had a wonderful Sunday and enjoyed ourselves. So if you haven't tried it, if it's not too far for you, if you have one close, go and try it.